And it was the fifth of the tournament that has gone to final frame decider. So here it is, Marco at the table.
One. Well, it was a brave shot. And for 1 minute it looked as if it was going to wobble and he'd be on the black, but he won't be taking the black on from there. Let's have a look at this cross double. Want to avoid the wobble there, Dennis, and you come back up with the blue.
Yeah, I don't think he thought the white would go as close to that corner pocket as it did. He was hoping to get the white up to the baulk end of the table. But that's too risky a black at this stage.
Marco 4-1.
He's just having a look to see if he could maybe take the pot on and go around the back of the black. Just over 3 hours. He did manage to get it around the back of the black and reds. Didn't get close to the pot, but he'll settle for the outcome. Might be able to get back down the table, although it looks pretty tight. The reds to the right and just behind the pink. I think if he tries a thin one off that, he might hit the other one. He's just looking to see if there is a possible gap. I think he was also looking to see if there was a possible plant.
Right. Is he taking this on, Dennis, or is he playing a safety, do you think? Sure he's not taking the red on. No, he's just about to scrim past that, and is he going to cover this red? I think he has. And the red on the other side. He'll be bridging over the yellow. Or he can get through, look. Go, blimey. That look tight.
Might just be okay here. He's played for the blue to the middle, but being a left-hander, it's not too bad to send it up past the green. But can he control the cue ball to get on one of those reds that are either side of the black? I think he can. He's got a slight angle and he can find the gap for that red that's to the right of the black. I'm nearly certain, but he'd have to be so precise with this. And he has found the gap. That's a great shot. And he can bring the black into play now.
6.
May have to cannon the black here.
7.
That seems good. And of course he made a 66 in the previous frame, so he's got plenty of rhythm, good feel.
14.
Going to be interesting to see what he does with the black after potting this red. There's a couple of reds still available,
50.
which he'll have to, well, he's left himself a bit awkward. Might be able to get on the back red if he can force it through, but that was a little bit careless with the cue ball there. He could have left a half ball pot and gone straight into the reds with those two at the back of the bunch. They were a bit of insurance had he have stuck in the reds. He had to leave himself the more difficult pot in the middle pocket.
22.
And he's running through it. He can't come back for the black. It's going up for the blue.
23.
The one other ingredient that you need to be a top-class snooker player is to have, as they say, a lot of bottle, and this player certainly has got that. He lost 3 frames in a row to go 5-4 down. He responded with a 66 break to level, and now 1 good shot, but they're not a good bunch to go into now. He hasn't got any red as a piece of insurance. And that's always going to be the problem. Holds his hands
36.
to the heavens. But Marco, he'll be delighted to see the outcome there. Well, he's looking on the shoe of Marco Fu, but it wasn't a good pack to go into, so you can't always be guaranteed to finish nicely. Why me? JV, John Virgo, Willie Thorne, that used to be, why me? Oh, surely not a double to get him out of trouble.
Mark Allen 36.
And he might have left the pot on that red. He tried to double.
Well, Mark will be just pleased that the split went wrong and he's still in the Frame11 match.
Well, he's got the red I mentioned. That's gone up to the left of the brown. He's looked at the possibility of a double also, because if he doubles the red, it's a free shot. He'd finish on the black, and the only ball he would leave would be the one that he would try and double. So he's just trying to weigh up the percentages here.
Well, he's trying to avoid the long pot, Dennis, because his long pot success is 15% in this match, which is not great, to say the least.
Well, here we go for the double. And Mark Allen might be tempted with the long red here. He can screw back for the black. The other reds, the 5 reds, are all covering each other. So one good long pot and screw back for the black, and he could get himself into the semi-final. It's there.
1.
And he might just have to play another little cannon, but it's definitely on. Cannon the 2 reds there, and that will open everything up. He's played the cannon. He didn't have to hit it all that hard. It's finished awkward. If he just leaves the white there without hitting it that hard.
8.
It's just finished a little awkward. Will he get another chance?
Well, I'd be surprised if he did. Mark Allen's very strong under pressure, and this is his second chance. And the first split went wrong, but this one's not too bad.
Yeah, just a fraction either way, and he would have had a sitter. Right in the middle of the pocket.
9.
You may be dead straight on this blue. He's coming around to look at the pink, but that looks far too thin a contact, so back to the blue. So all he can do is come back in a straight line here. He must be absolutely dead straight on this blue. Is he going to force, well, back straight or through straight? Being a left-hander, much better leaving this one to the right of the 4.
14.
Well, what a performance this has been. I think the difference, Terry, I know there's nothing between the two players, but he's been more the aggressive player just at the closing stages of this match, I think. Margot had a chance in the previous frame and
22.
was probably just a little bit more tentative than Mark Allen has been, but what a performance he put up. 4-2 down, won 3 in a row with 131, 63 and 58, but it all might be in vain.
Been a good match though, Dennis. Lots of good stuff from both players.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every minute of it, Terry.
30.
Well, fair play to Mark Allen. It's a pity that had to be a loser here, but he'll be absolutely delighted.
36. 37.
Marco Foos had a great run in this year's UK Championship. Knocked out the world #1 Mark Selby. And when he went 5-4 in front, it looked as if he was going to beat Mark Allen.
43. 44.
It's a great feeling when you're walking around potting balls when you know you've won the match.
49.
But as Terry said,
50.
it's been a terrific quarter-final. He won't bother about that. It's been a very, very entertaining match, played in great spirits. But in the end, it's the man from Northern Ireland who's won the last 2 frames to get himself into the semi-final for the 2nd year in a row. And he runs out a winner and being congratulated there by the closest of margins, 6 frames to 5. Well done to both players.
Indeed, confirmation that Mark Allen is through to his 2nd successive semi-final of the UK Championship, and he'll be playing Ricky Walden, who's through to his 1st. Well, guys, Mark Allen's getting his wish. He's going to be playing 17 frames now, Steve.
Yes, and he's going to be up against a very good player in Ricky Walden, and very difficult to predict a winner with that one. It's similar to the one today. Obviously, anybody that gets to this stage of the tournament's got to be queuing very well. All 4 semi-finalists look like they're playing excellent stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially Ricky's come into this tournament in great form. He's continued it, and Mark is a player who seems to be finding his form as well, Steve.
Yeah, tremendous competitor. I mean, final frames. I don't know what his exact record is, but it must be well more winning than losing. I actually won a nice little tenner of Ken last night. I picked him in the final frame, basically because I've never seen him lose a final frame.
I'll never see that tenner again. That's for sure.
Well, maybe you can have another bet on the Robertson-Trump match, which is beautifully poised. 4 frames all. Do you think it'll be won by great play or lost because of mistakes?
It's very hard to tell. I think it's going to go right to the wire, though. I'll say that, right down to the last frame.
Stephen, how do you think it'll go?
It usually comes down to a turning point somewhere, a little missed shot here or a little bit of luck there.
And Steve, the old wise head, what do you think?
Well, I tend to think there's a few people who think that the winner of that match will win the UK Championship, and I wouldn't